Hello, welcome to Football-Oranje. This is the short match reaction video to Netherlands 3, Northern Ireland 1. I'm Michael Statham and I'm with Mike Bell to discuss what went well, but also what really didn't go well tonight for the Dutch. Mike, what do you think of that then? So it was 3 really late goals that saved it for the Netherlands. I don't know about you, but I don't feel pleased or happy about this result. I'm not even sure I'm relieved. I'm still a little bit frustrated, actually, just with how poor the Netherlands were.
Yeah, it was a very frustrating evening for Netherlands. Didn't really expect it coming into this game. I thought they were going to be full of confidence, going to attack from the start and really get at this Northern Ireland side. But during the first half especially, they created absolutely nothing. Northern Ireland was so comfortable. I don't think Netherlands even got close to getting a shot on goal, let alone even score a goal. So yeah, it was really disappointing for me, and I think it stemmed from the fact that going into the game we knew that Koeman had choices for his midfield, and he went with De Roon instead of Donny van de Beek, and I think that was a big mistake. Going into the game, you don't need somebody like a De Roon against Northern Ireland. He didn't really do much tonight, and he looked much better when he brought on Van de Beek and Malen as well. I think Babel had a poor game. I think Bergwijn tried, he was direct, but he struggled a little bit, and there was absolutely no service from Memphis, who kept coming far too deep to get the ball. I think overall it's just a really poor first half performance, and in the second half it didn't really change until Koeman made those substitutions. And then we have talked about De Ligt having a difficult start at Juventus so far, and he misses the header and Josh McGuinness puts them 1-0 up. But I'd just like to say, Netherlands have shown great resilience in the past few months under Koeman, especially coming from behind against Germany. They've done it again tonight to win 3-1, top of the group. That's really all that matters. But yeah, just not a great night.
At the end of the day, yes, the Netherlands are top of their group, and they have won tonight. They won 3-1. But Ronald Koeman alluded to it in the week about how his players weren't training hard enough, and I think it was done deliberately to try and get a reaction from them. But I still wasn't that pleased by what I saw, and I think it's just really important here to just notify how good Northern Ireland were, how strong defensively they were. They worked really well as a team. That's what they're good at. But they only received 23% of the possession, meaning the Netherlands had the lion's share of the ball and could do very little with it. In my opinion, I think the finger's going to be pointed at Ronald Koeman here tonight. You talked about the tactics there, Mike, but the Netherlands were only better once the formation was changed, once the players were brought on. And whilst you're going to have more opportunities later in the game because the Northern Irish players will be tired, they'll be stretched a lot more around the pitch. The Dutch are going to be trying different things, so yes, you are going to make more openings. But the difference was day and night between that awful first half where they couldn't even manage a shot on target, and then later on in the game when there were 2 strikers, well, 3 in the end, De Jong, Malen and Memphis all going at it. Why didn't Koeman start with at least 2 strikers or an extra attacking midfielder, or play Van der Beek? It was like he was lining up to play Germany or something with a tight midfield 3 and only 3 attackers. I'm bewildered why Koeman didn't start more attackers from the start, because when they got the ball wide and were putting the crosses in, it was a different game. They stretched Northern Ireland, they played it wide and they were a lot more direct. That's what annoyed me.
Yeah, and we've alluded to it that Koeman's a bit stuck in his ways at times, and I think that is what we saw again tonight. Is the fact that he went with the same 11 that he basically trusts, and that midfield of De Roon, Wijnaldum and Frenkie de Jong is the one that he uses in the big games. He wanted to use that again tonight, and it really didn't work. As I said earlier on, you don't need somebody like De Roon against Northern Ireland who are going to sit deep when you've got somebody like Frenkie de Jong who can do that role. So that having both of them is pointless. You've got Wijnaldum there who can also drop deep, and even Van de Beek can drop deep as well. So I don't see why somebody who's so adept at creating space like a Van de Beek against a tight unit like Northern Ireland didn't start, because he would be perfect for a game like this. If it's going to be tight, little space, and you think somebody like Van de Beek who would create chances in a game like this, and Koeman just didn't see that until later in the game. And yeah, for me, Malin's probably the informed Dutch striker around at the moment, and he started against Estonia in the last game. I don't see why he got dropped, especially for Bergwijn, who hasn't been having a great season for PSV. He had his best game at the weekend with a goal and a couple of assists, but Malin's the man that's in form. Yeah, it's just, you've got to question Koeman's tactics going into the game. It's a bit of a worry, but the most important thing is 3 points, and we look ahead now to the Belarus game, and hopefully he gets his tactics right from that game, from the start to end, because if you win that one, then yeah, I've only got basically one more win, and then you'd think that would really seal the qualification.
That's right. The tactics were bizarre, but now you have to look ahead. You can only move on. You can't win every game comfortably and with consummate ease. There are going to be difficult times, and that was one of them. To move on to the Belarus game, it's only a few days away, and one of the most concerning parts of the performances tonight was Matthijs de Ligt. There's clearly something in his head, isn't there? The move to Italy so far has been tumultuous. It hasn't been easy for him, and he was at fault for that Northern Ireland goal.
Yeah, he definitely was, and he had a really poor game, I thought, throughout. Some of his passing was awful. You saw Van Dijk spread the play around from the back, and then when De Ligt was trying to use, hitting the ball out of play a few times, he didn't really find teammates most of the time. And yeah, there's something with De Ligt right now. He's a little bit short of confidence, and maybe feels too comfortable. He knows that Koeman's going to play him week in, week out. Maybe Koeman could send a message by maybe dropping him to the bench for the next game, bringing in somebody like Ake, who's a perfect replacement in there. I don't see why Koeman wouldn't think of something like that. Maybe just to give De Ligt a little, like a shot in the arm, basically, just to say, look, maybe just have a breather this one, get your form back, and then you'll be straight back into the team. But yeah, tonight he was at fault for the goal, and if Netherlands had lost this game and Northern Ireland had gone 6 points ahead, then you never know what would have happened. This could have been an absolute disaster night, and it all stems from the one mistake from De Ligt. And I think Juventus fans would be saying, well, this is what we're seeing week in, week out. Where's the £75 million man that we signed? I have utmost confidence that De Ligt will get back to being the player that we saw at Ajax, but right now he's just going through a little blip in his career, and it might be wise for Koeman just to drop him for one game and just to send him a message.
Yeah, none of the best players in the world have ever had it easy, and they've always had a very difficult time in their career, especially early on. De Ligt is having that now. He will recover, but it was really concerning to see how Northern Ireland would press him, particularly early in the game. They were trying to disrupt the Dutch's short passing play out from the back. De Ligt was the one that didn't like it the most. He was constantly under pressure from the ball, and it felt like whenever the ball was put down into a corridor, he was always having to think about what he had to do, and before he wasn't, and before he would be so confident in just getting rid of it. But this is a player that is so young, and he will recover. Mike, in the end, it was a 3-1 win. Do you think that it was a lucky win in the end? Because even though the stats suggest that it was one-way traffic, it wasn't like they had many clear-cut chances, and actually, at least I think so. I think the Netherlands were lucky tonight.
Well, I think you could say Northern Ireland are lucky to get the opening goal, because there's a mistake from De Ligt to let McGuinness win that header, and maybe that's just if they didn't go 1-0 ahead, maybe Netherlands never would have found a breakthrough and it would have ended 0-0. So it's just for me, it was just a great reaction from Netherlands to equalise so quickly, then to go on and drive on and then score the second through such an unlikely source like Luke de Jong, who's had a rotten start to the season. I've been vocal about preferring maybe Wout Weghorst to get his chance, but he's proved that wrong. It was a scrappy goal, but he all can't, and he's got his name on the score sheet. And then Memphis, who's been Netherlands' best player by far since Ronald Koeman took over, and he's got another 2 goals. But for me, it's a scrappy win, not really a lucky win. Not a good performance. We put it behind us. It's a win. It's 3 points, and then we move on to the next game. These blips happen. It's not always going to be perfect. wins every single time. And yeah, this is one of those days where maybe it wasn't just clicking at the office, but the job got done in the end.
It did get done. I'm not after a prediction from you, Mike, for the game against Belarus, but I'm looking for you now to not tell me, I guess, what you would do, but what do you think Koeman's going to do now? What's he going to do in these next few days? Has he got any time to change anything? Will he change his lineup? Do you think he'll replace De Ligt? Or maybe play an extra attacking player? Or do you think, again, he's just going to keep it the same?
I can definitely see there's definitely going to be changes for the next game, I think. Koeman will have a go at the players, I'm sure, in the next few days of training. He's already said he wasn't happy with them being a bit lazy, and he said that to them. So I think after this performance, he's going to put a rocket in there, and I really hope against Belarus he does start with Van de Beek. Again, it's a team that you don't need a De Bruyne. It's away from home, but Belarus aren't a good side, and even though it's away from home, Netherlands should still be on top of that game, controlling possession from start to finish, and you don't need De Bruyne in that game. I'd like to see Van de Beek start. You might change right back again. Dumfries maybe didn't have the greatest of games. You might try Veltman in there. But yeah, I think he needs to change the attack up a bit. Whether we see Malen starting over Bergwijn or Babo, or maybe we see Quincy Promes coming in, I think he'll make changes there. I did say maybe give De Ligt a rest, or come and drop him just to send him a message, but I don't think he will. I think he will stick with De Ligt for that game. I don't think he should. I think he should try out somebody like Ake, who's a great defender, but I think he will stick with it. And yeah, but I can see him making changes in other positions.
I think some changes are really due, but also the fact it's not long between the two games, and a few changes may be necessary to keep things fresh. I think that Northern Ireland are a very well coached team and are a better team than Belarus, and the Netherlands will find it more comfortable to play against this team instead. But it's concerning that in the long run they have got this kind of dodgy performance in them, and it could be that they drop points in future because of a dodgy performance like that. Let's hope we don't see it again though, and on to the next game, another 3 points, and then qualifications within touch and distance for the last two games in November. So all the best for Netherlands again on Sunday.
Yeah, I mean, you say they've got Belarus, an away game against Northern Ireland, and a home game against Estonia. You'd think that would be 6 points, and that should be enough for qualification. Yeah, it wasn't a great night, but still, it's Netherlands now top of the group, which after that loss against Germany, there was some doubts creeping in that maybe Netherlands weren't going to make a tournament again, or they were going to have to rely on the playoffs. But now with 3 games to go, Netherlands are top, and for me are still the favourites to actually win this group now. So yeah, it's not all doom and gloom after this poor performance. I think Netherlands are still the best team in this group, and they're still going to win it. And yeah, we can start looking forward to Sunday and hopefully another win, and a more comfortable one at that.
Yeah, let's hope so. That's just high expectations we've got of the Dutch now. We just want win, win, win all the time. Let us know what you think as well. Leave your comments in the comment section. Give us a like if you liked us giving you these videos after the match, and subscribe if you're new to Football-Oranje. Thanks for watching.